Hello guys, welcome back or welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be starting a new type of series. So I had the idea, so most people want to build layouts. They've got collections of trains, but they've got nowhere to display them or nowhere to run them. So my idea is, for people who have got less confidence in building model railways, I've got a new idea for you, and you can follow along in the series and then follow along and build it yourself at home. So let's start off. The idea is, it's a bit hard to show in this, we're going to build a shelf layout. Super simple, super easy, but an amazing way to be showing off your trains. So I picked up this shelf from the range. It measures at around 120 centimeters. It's made out of pine. It's super simple, super safe. It comes with all the little attachments, so you can hang it up on your wall. Painting these black, obviously you don't want to leave it raw wood. So yeah, that's the idea. We're going to be going for like a sort of grassy, overgrown siding situation. So obviously you've got the layouts over here. Let me try and move the camera. Got layouts here, got layouts in the corner. We've got the hillside layout. So I thought we'd give it a different try, different approach, and we're going for a shelf. So this is going to be a super easy way for you to get into the hobby, and you can follow along with all my step-by-step instructions. So let's start off with what we've got for the layout. First things first, we have got some wired track feeds. So this time we're going with code 75. And that is because instead of code 100, we're going to be going for the Bullhead 75 track. This is made by Pt1. We've got 3 lengths of it. It's great, it looks way more realistic than code 100. We're going to need something to pin it down. And we've also got some Bullhead buffer stops to go on the finishing touches. We're going with some 4mm static grass. So, just to bear in mind, this sort of layout is something that you'd expect to already have tools for. So all you're going to need, really, is a drill to drill your holes for the track feeds. You're going to need something just to put the pins in. You're going to need a static grass applicator. You can buy the cheap one off Amazon for, eBay. £30, it's the one I use, it works fine. What else are we going to need? You're going to need like PVA glue, paintbrushes, things that you should already really have on hand if you're into modelling. If not, you can buy them in like the pound shop or somewhere relatively cheap. They don't have to be over the price, like paintbrushes. Anything will do the job. Right, so let's get into it. I think the first things first, we need to put some track down and get it pinned down and put the track feeds in. Right, so moving on to the next step. I've just popped 2 trestles up here. I've got them on hand because I use it to display my layouts. And we've got the board just here. So first things first, let's get some track on the layout and see how it looks. Oh. So I ended up getting a spare one just because I knew that these track lengths weren't just over 1 metre. So we're going to have to cut a little bit off of each and add it to the end bits. Right, so now that we've got this down, I'm going to level them up and make sure they're nice and neat. Right, just so I can put the track down, I want to put the pins straight away. I'm just going to be using some little thumb tacks. That's going to allow me to create holes in the sleepers where I can put my track pins. It's also just going to pin it in place just so I can do the fiddly bits. I've got this little cheap little like piece of round stock. It's literally nothing. I just use it to make sure track's okay. Put it on there. Yeah, apart from that thumb tack obviously on the end, whatever. It seems to be okay. Lovely. Right. So now what we need to do is we need to fill this gap with the excess track. So we need to cut some lengths out and do the exact same thing again. So using my Expo cutters, I was able to cut my lengths of track. So now they're here. I do need to push that back because the rails are actually not in the sleepers here. So then once I've planned where this is going to go, I'm going to plan where my droppers are going to go in, just here and here. Might as well make use of being in the middle of the board rather than at the end. Drill my holes, fit the droppers, and we're good for the next step. So now all the track is in, the feeders are underneath the board, just as you can see here, nice and neat. Next step, put the track pins and replace where the thumb tacks are. Obviously we're going to add a little bit more track pins in just to give it a more staggered effect. So as I'm going to be going up, and you can already see what I've done here, is just pull the sleepers apart a little bit, make them look a little bit more jagged, because I'm going for the more older sort of like ex-heritage line sort of thing. Sleepers will have moved, they're not going to be perfectly straight. So let's get a bit more authenticity in there. So as you can see, the track is now pinned down, it's nice and secure. You can see we've got the dropper feeds coming out there. I'm just going to tie them and wire them up together. Then we're going to get a little test, put a loco on the track, see how it runs. So here you can see we've got the DRS68 up on the top lane, and we've also got the network rail 73 on the bottom lane. So let's just do a quick little run test, see how it performs. So let's start with the class 73. So we've got lights, do a little horn, let's do a start. Lovely. Now let's pull up the class 68. It's also got a DRS coach behind it, you just can't see it on the frame yet. So we're just going to pull the 68 forwards first. So the last thing that we're going to be doing in this video is putting together my bullhead called 75 buffer stops. There's 2 in the pack. I almost did actually buy 2, so make sure you read the packet. So now the track's wired up, we can start doing the decorating bits. So within this video we've done the track lane, the track wiring technically, and we're going to do these. So the next video we're going to do ballasting, some tips and tricks on how to do that. The video after that we'll do some static grass, and then what's about there? Then we'll just start doing some detailing. So yeah, let's start by putting these together. So in the pack, let's have a quick look. Each side is 1 buffer stop. They're already like a brown, shiny colour. We're probably going to get some paint on them. Those are your instructions. Pretty straightforward. By the looks of it, we're just taking the side bits off and then putting the front on. So let's put that together. To attach them, I'm going to be using some Loctite super glue. It's got a precision end, just makes it easier. So now I've got it all off, I'm just going to start by trimming these like sprue bits off. So there you go, that's done. That looks a lot better than the Hornby ones. It's a lot more detailed. Let me try and yeah, there we go. So we're going to get that glued together and then do the exact same for the other one. Have it. We've got the 2 buffer stops. I'm going to use some of this super glue now, and then we're just going to gently put it around the top area. They're going to get put down, weathered, once the ballast is on, and then the exact same thing on this side. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of this new little series. I hope you find it informative, and I hope you do carry on watching throughout the end, just to see how it comes out to the end, or you may learn something. So thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in part 2.